All-Star break couldn't come at a worse time for some and not soon enough for others. Hi, and welcome into Fantasy Baseball Matchup presented to you by Levitra here on CBSSports.com. I'm Amber Wilson, and Tuesday night in Yankee Stadium, the Stars will shine at the final Midsummer Classic to be held at the house that Ruth built. But over the last couple of weeks, no team has shined more than the New York Mets. Unquestionably, the Mets' season has been a wild roller coaster, but normally when the roller coaster gets to a peak, the ride just doesn't stop. How will the hot Mets bats recover? No Met is hotter than Jose Reyes, who's got his average back over 300 with a 9-game hitting streak. He's setting the table for a reborn Mets lineup that is averaging over 6 runs a game in the month of July. For the first time in 3 years, Jose Reyes did not make the National League All-Star roster, but when action resumes, expect Reyes to pick up right where he left off. Reyes is historically a better second-half player, especially when it comes to power numbers. In 111 less games, he has just 1 less home run in the second half. Even Carlos Delgado is hitting for the Mets. He's hitting .367 this month after a dismal first 3 months to the season. He's raised his batting average 20 points, and throughout his career, he has hit 20 points higher in the second half than the first. It's not just been the hitting that's been carrying the Mets. New pitching coach Dan Warthen has the rotation turned around too. No more evident than in the recent surge by Mike Pelfrey. He's won his last 6 starts, including a current 16-inning scoreless streak. He's cutting down on base runners by not allowing a base on balls over his last 2 starts. The break also broke up Justin Morneau's torrid stretch. In the month of July, he's batting well over 400, including a .556 clip over in a current 7-game hitting streak. And that hot streak continued through the Home Run Derby, which he won Monday night in New York City. That could be a good sign or a bad sign, since last year he finished 5th with 4 home runs in the Derby and proceeded to only hit 7 in the second half of the season as compared to 24 before the break. So we'll see. Well, we've got to take a break ourselves, but I promise it'll take much more than a minute to get us off our stride. We'll be right back. Don't you go anywhere. If only the break came 1 week earlier for the Tampa Rays. They had just come off a sweep of Boston and 3 of 4 from the Royals to stretch their AL East lead to 5 games. But in the last week before the break, things kind of came unraveled for the upstart Rays. They dropped each of their last 7 games and failed to hold on to first at the All-Star break for the first time in franchise history. And their staunch start pitching hasn't looked that great as of late, especially their ace, Scott Kazmir. Kazmir has only 1 win in his last 5 starts, and that was against the Pirates. And he has only been able to complete 6 innings in just 1 of those starts. Carl Crawford limped into the All-Star break also. He's only hitting .244 in the month of July, including just 1 hit last week. Since a 5 RBI outburst June 25th against the Marlins, Crawford has only been able to produce 4 in the 17 games since. After a breakout 2007 season, a lot of experts would have told you that Fausto Carmona would be a shoo-in for the 2008 All-Star game. But Carmona hasn't pitched since May 24th with a strained left hip. However, he's using the time during the break to get in a rehab start. He pitched 4 scoreless innings for Class A Lake County Monday, and after the game, he told the Cleveland News-Herald that he is ready. Bobby Jenks wasn't his best in his rehab appearance, but he was more trying to get in work than to record outs. We still think he's a pretty safe bet for Week 16. Ryan Zimmerman also began a rehab stint for the Nationals on Monday night and doubled twice for Class A Potomac. Zimmerman's been on the DL since May with a torn muscle in his shoulder and isn't slated for a return to the big league club until early August. Okay, that's all for now. Don't forget about the All-Star game tonight, guys. And if you missed anything here today, you better stop, refresh, and rewatch. I'm Amber Wilson, and thanks for